The train journey is one of the most exciting as well as most enjoyable experience for the past as well as modern day human lives. The history of railways dates back to the end of 18th century over 200 years ago. It's an experience of a lifetime and it's a memory to cherish. Be it a short distance or an overnight journey, a train journey is much beautiful and there are no scopes to get bored. Rail transport, which are otherwise known as train transport, transfers passengers as well as goods on a wheeled vehicle running on rails across the cities, states and individual nations. The global railway system market size are valued at $27.2 billion in the year 2021 and it is projected to reach $42.4 billion by 2031. The US rail network, with an operating route length over 250,000 km, is the biggest in the world. Freight lines constitute about 80% of the country's total rail network, while the total passenger network spans about 35,000 km. The Indian nationwide rail network, fourth longest in the world, is owned and operated by state-owned Indian Railways and includes an operating route length of more than 68,525 km. Indian Railways is world's 8th biggest employer and had 1.3 million employees at the end of 2015-16 financial year. Hence, railways have played a significant role in passenger travel, economy of the nation, and so on. However, there is always a dark side in any journey, and in trains we could call it as train wreck or train derailment. When a train or a subway derails, its wheels accidentally leave the tracks. Train cars that derail can cause the cars behind them to crash. Mistakes by engineers or flaws in the track can derail a train or a trolley, sending it off the rails and sometimes injuring the passengers. Broken rails, signal errors are the leading cause of derailments. According to the data from Federal Railroad Administration, broken rails and welds along with signal errors are the most common reason for the train derailments, making up more than 15% of the derailment cases. Major train derailments in the world. Number 1. Escape train disaster. One of the deadliest train accidents in history was happened in the country of Germany in 1998 when a high-speed ICE train derailed near the town of Escape. The derailment was caused by a wheel failure leading to a train colliding with a bridge. Nearly 101 people lost their lives and many others have been injured. Number 2. Amagasi rail crash, which happened in the year 2005 in the country of Japan. The train derailment occurred in Amagasi, Japan when a commuter train traveling at excessive speed derailed on a curve and crashed into the apartment building. The accident resulted in deaths of 105 people and injuries to over 550 passengers. Number 3. Black magnetic derailment, which happened in the year 2013 in Canada. This tragic incident occurred when runway train carrying crude oil derailed in the town of Black Magnetic, Quebec. The resulting fire and explosions caused a significant loss of life and extensive damage to the area. Number 4. The Odisha accident of 2023 in India. One passenger train derailed on the adjacent track and was struck by an incoming train on Friday, also hitting the nearby stationary freight train. A massive recovery operation is underway after hundreds of emergency workers searched the wreckage. This is one of India's worst train crashes in over 20 years, which is not yet clear. Officials say several carriages from Coromandel Express travelling between Kolkata and Chennai derailed at about 13:30 GMT on 3rd of June in 2023 in Balasore district after hitting a stationary goods train. Several of its coaches ended up on the opposite track. Another train travelling in the opposite direction, the Howrah Superfast Express travelling from Yeshwanthpur to Howrah, then hit the overturned carriages. The force with which train collided has resulted in several coaches being crushed and mangled. More than 200 ambulances and hundreds of doctors, nurses as well as rescue personnel were sent to the scene. So far, 288 people have been died and more than thousands of people have been injured. The trapped and injured passengers have been rescued. It's not clear how serious the injuries of those have been taken to the hospital were. There were many such disasters which happened in the history of train journey. But as an individual, you could overcome or escape and protect yourself from the train derailment if proper measures have been followed. Here are 10 ways to escape the rail derailment. Number 1. Stay calm and assess the situation. It's important to remain calm and assess the severity of the derailment. Panic can cloud your judgment, so try to stay composed. Identify the abnormal movements and vibrations in the train which could happen few moments before the rail damage occurs. Have a look outside the window and see the exact position of your compartment through the exit ways. You could have some precious seconds in your hands and save your life by taking some massive actions. Number 2. Identify the emergency exits. Familiarize yourself with the layout of train and locate the emergency exits previously when you start the journey in the train. Train usually have multiple exits, so identify the one closest to your position. Number 3. Avoid overcrowded areas. During an emergency, people tend to flock towards a single exit, leading to overcrowding. Move away from such areas and find alternate routes if possible. Find a way which is closer to you or just a little bit far from you. Number 4. Assist those in need. If you could calculate the time for your escape and knew that it's more sufficient to see anyone who requires assistance, help them to the best of your ability. This may include elderly individuals, children, or individuals with disabilities. Maybe a life gets saved because of you as an individual. Number 5. Stay low to avoid smokes and fumes. If there is smokes or fumes in the train, get down to the floor level where air is relatively clear. Cover your mouth and nose with a cloth to reduce inhalation of smoke if you are inside the train in order to avoid further damages. Number 6. Evacuate through windows or emergency exits. If it is safe to do so, consider evacuating through the windows or emergency exits. Follow any specific instruction provided for opening the windows or doors. Number 7. Have safer jump with less or minor injuries. You could see if you are able to find the hedge of bushes or even a pond of water or aggregates of sand nearby, which is going to cushion you as an individual or even a survivor who is along with you. Number 8. Move away from tracks. Walk in opposite direction of the derailment, ensuring you put a safe distance between yourself and the tracks. Move to the safer location such as a nearby building or elevated ground or a designated evacuation area. Number 9. Call emergency services. Dial emergency services numbers such as 999 or 112 to inform about the derailment and provide them with your location. Follow the instructions and answer their questions to the best of your ability. This could help you as an individual or other survivors in the derailment. Number 10. Seek medical attention if necessary. If you or anyone else have sustained injuries during the derailment, seek medical attention as soon as possible. Emergency responders will provide necessary medical assistance at the scene or direct you to the nearest healthcare facility. Hence, this is how you could escape yourself from the train derailment. Now, comments below. What necessary steps to be taken by the government of all nations to avoid train derailment? What do you think about the above possible measures? Will it help an individual to survive or not? Do you suggest any better way to escape the train derailment? Comment below. Thank you for watching. See you next time.